Let's talk about the Koss UR42i headphones and the V-Moda BoomPro and see what makes them such a great combination when you're looking for a quality headset on a mid-range budget. If you've never heard of the BoomPro before, it's basically a mic that plugs into the audio inputs on any pair of headphones with detachable cords. It's a good alternative to an Antlion mod mic if you've ever heard of that one. Like the mod mic, the benefit here is you can turn your favorite pair of headphones into a headset, achieving better sound quality both on the headphones and the microphone. First, we'll look at the features of the headphones. The ear cups swivel along two axes. This is good for both providing a proper fit and for storage. Another key feature for our purposes is that the headphones have a detachable cable. These headphones use a 3.5mm audio jack. The cable, in this case, is rubberized to prevent tangling. Along the length of that cable, you can find a microphone, a pretty tiny one. Now you might be wondering why we need the BoomPro if the headphones come with a microphone. Basically, the sound quality on this little microphone isn't so great, which I'll show you later. First, check out this other feature of the headphones. They actually feature two audio inputs for the detachable cable. This means that whatever microphone we decide to use can be put on either side of the headphones. Now here's something pretty unique. Whichever side isn't being used will actually output the same audio signal that's being sent to the drivers to whatever device you plug into it. That means you can plug another pair of headphones into these headphones to listen to whatever sounds the Koss headphones are making on another pair of headphones. That's pretty cool. It's actually come in handy for me way more than I thought it would. If you're interested in learning about the sound quality of the Koss headphones, you should do a Google search. I don't have a great way of demonstrating it in this video, but I can say it's pretty good for the price. It's definitely better than most headsets that come in at a similar price point to that of this combination. With the major features of the Koss headphones out of the way, let's talk about the BoomPro now. The BoomPro's polar pattern is omnidirectional. This technically means that it'll pick up sound from all around you. However, things far away don't really feature heavily in its output. The omnidirectional pattern is actually good for our use case because it means that no matter which side of the headphones you put the BoomPro on, it'll still pick up your voice. So whether you prefer it on the right or on the left, you're still in luck. It does mean that it doesn't have the best natural noise cancellation, but in my experience, most VoIP software's noise cancellation is good enough that no matter what's going on around you, it'll still isolate your voice. If you're interested in better isolation than that, then you can look into getting a pop filter / wind filter / whatever they're called. Those little foam things that slip on the end of the microphone. That'll help a bit with plosives and stuff too. Anyway, the BoomPro also uses a 3.5mm jack, which is great, because that's what we need. However, this time the cable is braided. Along the length of that cable, you'll find this little clip thing. You can attach it to your shirt or whatever you want for easy access to the functions it provides. Those functions include this mute switch, which is used to mute the microphone, as well as a volume wheel on the other side that's used to control the volume of the headphones. Now on cheap products, these volume wheels can be a downside because they might cause static or degradation of sound quality or volume. Thankfully, you won't find any of that here. Now notice these little angled connectors. This one combines both the mic input and headphone output on a single line. If that's not compatible with your device, there's this adapter. The adapter separates the signals into two different jacks. One labeled headphones and the other labeled microphone. Bet you can guess what they do. You plug the combined jack into the adapter first, which happens with a satisfying snap, then you plug the other two jacks into their respective sockets on something like a laptop that doesn't accept the combined connector. Thanks to this, device compatibility shouldn't be a big issue. Let's have a closer look at the boom that the microphone is attached to. V-Moda calls it a steel flex cable. It is a little different than any other boom I've seen before. It's definitely flexible, maybe a bit too flexible. It usually stays put, but sudden movements can bump it out of the way. With all that said, now let's look at the sound quality of the Koss microphone versus the BoomPro. Now here's a test of the Koss microphone being held pretty close to my face instead of hanging by my side. You have to hold it in a certain way to get decent sound quality out of this thing. But note the sounds of plosives you can hear. Kinda distracting. Now here's a test with it hanging by my side like it normally will. Doesn't sound so great. Now here's a test using the BoomPro. You can already tell, it sounds a lot clearer. Try not to pay too much attention to that static you hear. It's just because my laptop doesn't have the greatest preamps. Other devices will sound a little better than this probably. So far I haven't been using any post-processing for these tests, but let's switch some on. Alright, now here's the BoomPro with some post-processing applied. This is probably similar to the sound you'll get out of most VoIP software with noise reduction on. To my ears, it does sound pretty good for what it is. It's not going to be as good as the Takstar that I was using in the beginning of this video, of course, but then again, that microphone is like 1,000 times the size. Also, the Takstar is using a giant dead cat, or wind filter, or whatever you want to call it. The BoomPro doesn't have anything like that on it right now, but adding one can help a little with plosives and stuff. Alright, now we're switching back to the Takstar to wrap up this video. I hope the tests and information I provided give you a sense of what this combination can do. Together, the Koss UR42i and the BoomPro cost about $75. Given their performance and the unique features of the Koss headphones, I think it's a pretty good deal. And you can use the BoomPro with any pair of headphones you get in the future as long as they have a detachable cord. Of course, you can pair the BoomPro with any headphones you want, but I just think that the Koss UR42i make for a pretty good match, especially if you want good sound quality out of a headset on a budget. Thanks for sticking around and watching, and I'll hope to see you in the next video.